I'm live now. Oh, so funny. Oh, so funny. Let me go back in here and do this again. Welcome to the Sisterhood Series. Black Lives Matter. I'm gonna do my commercial again. Y'all, I did a whole commercial and we weren't live. Okay, that's crazy. I'm getting better. Okay. Sleepy tea. Relax and unwind with a soothing herbal blend that helps you calm your mind, releases muscle tension, and fall asleep effortlessly. Immunity. The best health defense is a strong immune offense to support your overall immune function with just one glass of immunity a day. Life throws a lot of things your way, from traveling to taking the kids to soccer practice to crowded elevators, and it's up to you to keep your immune system strong so that you stay healthy. Immunity is here to help, designed to keep your immune system balanced and resilient with a superior formulation that includes key vitamin, elderberry, and mushroom. You'll live your healthiest life yet. Thank you for taking that first step towards a new you. For all your wellness needs, go to tiebykidis.com. All right. So I officially did it. So welcome to the Sisterhood Series. My name is Kidis, Empress, whatever you want to call me, Empress Kidis. Make sure you, when you come in, hit the like button, hit the notification bell, and share. We do these series every week on Mondays, and I try to make sure I bring information that's going to serve the community. So I'm hoping I am doing that. And next week we'll do another wellness series on Monday, because just to go into the holiday season. And then after that, we're trying our hand at a small series for Kwanzaa, a Kwanzaa series. So that's going to be fun and interesting. So it'll be every night between the 26th and the 1st, celebrating each Nguza Saba. So that's going to be fun and interesting for me to put together. So let me welcome the family. So greetings, everyone. So hi, Giselle. How are you? I miss you too. I've been watching you though, Giselle. I've been watching your gardening. I think the yellow watermelon. Those are good. Those are really, really good. I've had my dad used to bring them home. I like those. Blessing, men knowledge. How are you? All is Irie and Bless. All right. So, I got to go through my banners to keep me in order. We already have people in the backstage waiting. I see you, family. Alhamdulillah. Thank you. I just want to go through a couple of my PSAs really quick. So I'm going to, let me get my chats together. So I'm excited. We have some good people again. Alhamdulillah. We are so blessed. So I'm excited about today. I'm so excited about tonight. Okay. So I hit my first. So I'm going to share, because I told you all this will probably change every week for me, because as I do things and I meet people, and as I grow and I get older, my sisterhood is continuously changing and blessing me. So the three words that come to me when I think of this sisterhood is motivation, encouragement, and teamwork. Those are the three words that I think of when I think of sisterhood, because each week I'm seeing more and more there's just the family and the community that we are growing together, the friendships that I have developed, just the spirit of camaraderie. You all know I can't speak English well. It's not my first language. It was stolen from me. But just the way we just help each other and build each other. Those are my three words. So let's go into the PSAs. And thank you, sisters, for being so patient with me. Just let me run through this really quick, and then I'm going to bring you all on. So the PSA, so I want to go through that really quick. And it's like all these buttons and banners. So let's see. this first one we wanted to bring up, yes, that's a very important one, Grandmaster J. All right, let me, what's going on? Huh. Okay, there we go. So Grandmaster J, right now there is a fund that's out. Let me take this off. Uh, for his legal defense team. He has been released, but he is being charged with two different, he's being charged by the federal courts as well as the state level courts. So right now they're really coming at him. I did his interview that he did offline because he is not allowed to grace social media. So if you check my page, you can go look at his full interview, and he kind of lets you know what was going on. So I have the link to get to if you want to donate, and I think everyone should donate to his legal fund. So $1 is all it takes. So that he can, that's that's serious. He two different teams, and the thing that if when he shares with you what they came in for, it was for a flashlight, and they came with serious military. So let's support our brother. He is putting himself on the front line to speak out and to make sure that our rights are not taken away from us, and they are working towards that, because the next thing is that our gun rights will be taken away, and no, and then they'll be throwing us into federal prison for minor offenses. So please go check the video out and make a donation of $1, at least $1. Everyone should put their money together. But the interview is really, really good. ADOS, Pan-Africans, Africanists, uh, whatever you call yourself. He is putting in the front line for all of us. So we all got to learn, take a book out of the Rosses in Ethiopia. They fought amongst themselves, but when it came time to deal with a common enemy, they put their differences aside and were able to work together. And that's why Ethiopia is the only country that was not colonized. Think about it. It's for a reason. Be smart about what we do. Be mindful of what you're putting on this internet. Be mindful of the discussions that you all do, and stop coming at each other in such a negative way. There's bigger things that need to be dealt with. Okay, stop being distracted from nonsense, and be mindful of everything that's going on. And we're not going to get into any further discussions. You can look at my older videos, and I break down the timeline. I break down the timeline. I break down everything. I have all the information. It's right there for you to look. So go, please check it out, and let's support the brother. All right. And so the next one is Qantas, I think. Qantas, yeah, got it. Qantas. So Qantas Airlines is an Australian airlines, and what they are doing is they're enforcing everyone to get vaccines that go on their airlines. So now they're talking to other airline heads so that they will get on board with their program, so that to make everyone have to get vaccines in order to fly. So that's something to be aware of. So because we have to know that this is a money making machine. So we just have to be aware. So now this is something I wanted to try, new positive word sound power corner, because we never talk about the positive things in our community. It's a lot of bickering. So I want to highlight, and let me see if I can make this bigger. Can I make it bigger? I don't know. No, I can't. So it's the raffle fundraiser for Isis Bandele Asante. I ordered a basket. I can't wait. It was supposed to come in today, so I can't wait to get it. So it has she's a freshman at the, I'm trying to read this, I'm sorry, guys. The Piney Woods School of Mississippi, America's oldest African-American owned and operated school. So it's from 8th to 12th grade. So the raffle tickets are about $25. So you can email me if you would like to donate $25 to the raffle ticket. And these are some of the baskets. So I thought that was really nice. So I'm trying to highlight at least one positive thing a night as well, because we do so many great things in the community. We are like kind and loving and generous, and I want to highlight that because we need to be aware of those things, of the, you know, like is like a Gambia brother in African American brother that's in Gambia. I think it's Soul of My something of my soul. I don't know. He's from Massachusetts, and he's doing a blessings gift. So his people are sending him donations, and he's doing a blessing for a Gambian family. So we do a lot of giving and loving and caring things. So we have to highlight that as well. All right. So and make sure you check out a BB Toomey. That is that's an all black, like a cracker book. It's like a that kind of platform. So there's videos, and it's for blacks by blacks. It has a lot of information on there. I'm working on getting my platform set up on there so that we can talk more openly and freely, because we need to be mindful of what we say on this box, because these platforms are looked at upon everyone. So we still have to be very mindful of the information we say and how we say it, because many of us still work jobs. So it's a lot of censorship. You know, it's really no freedom of speech, because people will get fired for it. And so we got to be mindful of what we say, because sometimes people don't use their critical and analytical minds and discernment to actually hear what is being said. I shared a video on it where some two Bobs were talking about the situation in America that needs to be rectified and corrected between specifically ADOS, because we have to understand ADOS are descendants of Africans who were brought here as captives. Okay, so we're different than President Obama or Kamala Harris, because they don't have that kind of connection to this country like we did, because they're Africans born from people who outside, you know, Jamaican and like what's she Jamaican and Indian. So that's a different kind of person of color. So specifically ADOS. So we have to work out our differences. So these two Bobs were able to discuss what needed to be done better than a lot of us do on these platforms. And I found that a shame. I shared that video on my my IG platform, Global Green Book, if you want to go check it out. I'm not going to put it on YouTube, but it was very interesting. They were able to discuss it much better than us, without all the tribalism that I'm seeing going on in our own community, which is really sad. It's sad, but next topic. So that's it. So check out Ibibi Toomey. And let me see. So, all right. So let me bring on my sister, Blooming Woman. Greetings, Blooming Woman. I know I have to go through my little information, stuff. So I want you gotta forgive me. Also, help me out, because sometimes my words get all crazy. I get so nervous doing these. But please introduce yourself. Share your channel and the things you do, and your background, because I'm so excited that you're here, and I just want everyone to know who you are. And most people probably do, but I still want you to, for those who find this channel and find this this show tonight. Okay.
Yes, absolutely. Thank you so much for having me. Yeah, I'm pretty sure there's still a lot of people who don't know who I am. So with that being said, my name is Bloomingdale Mack, but I go as Blooming Woman. You know, some people trip over the name Woman, but it's just woman, same thing, woman. Woman is Mother Nature. Woman is Mother Nature, the water, the womb, right? So woman, blooming woman, okay? And I do spiritual guidance, I do holistic wellness mentoring, and then I also do alternative healing because I just got my Reiki Masters, and I'm alternative healing in other things like EFT, and I do intuitive card readings, and yeah, I also do access bars as well. So, you know, I'm a student of spirituality and everything. And currently now I've been studying African spirituality to the fullest. Hotep, Hotep, Hotep. So yes, and if you want to follow me, you can just look up blooming, like flowers blooming, space woman, WOMB man, woman, the original word for woman, woman. So yes.
All right. I have your on this banner here. I have your I believe I have it down here. So that some people can follow you because I was working on. Let me see. Yeah, you're on here, so it'll be streaming on the bottom. She's the last one, so you can go right to her channel. So let me add on Sister Shamora. Assalamu alaikum, Sister Shamora. How are you?
Salam.
Can you do me a favor? I know you graced my channel a few times, but just for those who may have find us tonight, can you do a brief introduction of who you are and your business and, just your background? And thank you for being here tonight. I'm gonna look at your commercial, see, because I just started kind of late. Sorry about that, sis.
No problem. I'm Shamar Sheikh of Rights of Passage Institute. We have been committed to women's wellness for 10 years. I come from a background, I pull from my background, part of my family is from Senegal, and I just pull from a lot of the practices that I grew up with as far as women wellness goes. So we offer everything from belly dancing to Yoni steaming, and a lot of workshops like moon tracking and so on that helps women connect with their roots and find healing through the arts. Our website is passiveinstitute.com.
All right. So now I'm going to add to that live stream Sister Ajua. Greetings, Ajua. How are you, sis? Uh-oh. I think you're muted. Did I mute you?
No, greetings, sister. All is well in Connecticut. It's cold, but this is a warm vibe. Thank you.
You're welcome. And it looks like Aishi is coming on as well. Greetings, Aishi.
Greetings.
How are you?
All.
All right, ladies. Welcome. So this is, I was looking at, I've been having a serious Yoni experience, and I've learned a lot this year in regards to it. In the last, it's been about a year now when I first started my Yoni wellness. And so I realized a lot of women aren't really that versed in it, and that more of us should be, because since I've started on my Yoni journey, I realized that that's something that if I would have known when I was younger, I could have prevented a lot of things in that I have dealt with in my older years. And even for the men and they need to be aware of that so that they can also be in tune to their daughters and their wives, and just to understand it, because we are so disconnected from that area. So when I was thinking about it, I was just like, I wanted to bring people who have educated me, because everyone on here has educated me, to be honest. I watched Blooming Woman channel, and I connected with her because a lot of the things that she talks about I already know, but she's always like, I go like, oh yeah, that's right. She refreshes my mind constantly, and because I know the information, when I watch her, she just reinforces it because I know what she's saying is real, is true, and it will help anyone who doesn't know. If she's that is educational. That's the only kind of connection I like to have around me, and so a lot of us need to be more aware of it. So I thought, well, how perfect it is. I know all these women. Shamora, she's the one that guided me step by step by step on understanding what stones I need to use, understanding what energy a stone has for whatever situation that I'm dealing with. Healing from the inside and out. Just a lot of classes. She has classes that I've taken. It's amazing. So I want you all to I have a series of questions that I kind of put together to keep myself on track, but I kind of want to share real quick what my journey was with you all and why I invited you on here. So one of the things that I learned when I was doing this research, and you all know I do research. The Yoni is a Sanskrit word meaning sacred, opening, and temple. This is all encompassing of the reproductive system, physical, emotional, and spiritual. The womb center is our connection to the very essence of what makes us a woman. This space within a woman's body is a house of sacred soul. This connection is accessible regardless of physical organs or present or not. The yoni center is connected to the sacral chakra. Every woman has a yoni center. The sacral chakra is a center of fluidity, flow, sensuality, sexuality, creativity, creation. The art of Yoni Egg stems from ancient China and is thought to support whole body vitality. We're going to explore how, when not, and why to safely use Yoni eggs. So if I said anything incorrect, please, ladies, correct me, because this is what I looked up. But you all are more knowledgeable on it than I am.
Well, I would say that I think you gave a very good definition, but I would just say in a nutshell, it's your creative center. It's where you hold all your relationships. So it's definitely an area for manifesting, and that country needs to be released to stay healthy.
That's funny because that's my question. Like, how do you describe the yoni? So that's how your description of it, correct?
I would say so. Yes.
Yeah. How about you, sister woman? Bloomingdale. Can I say Bloomingdale? Oh, you're muted.
You can just say bloom. A lot of people in my personal life just say bloom.
Okay, alhamdulillah. I like that, bloom. All right.
It's okay. So how would I describe the yoni?
How do you describe the yoni?
I would describe it just as much as you describe it. I would say it's the womb center. I would say the same thing. It's the second chakra is located there. I would say something that hasn't been mentioned, I guess, Jupiter rules that second chakra. So that has to also deal with your imagination. It also has to deal with expansion, which is creativity as well. And it is imagination. And, you also think about the water element too, because water element is femininity. And that also has to deal with the second chakra, which is where the womb and the reproductive system is located. So everything to do with the water element.
Okay.
Creativity.
Okay. How about you all, Sister Aishi and Ajwa? Have you thought about that? Have you dealt with this area in your life yet, or are you new to it?
I'm new to it, and I hit a wrong part of the screen and went back, so I missed a little bit about what you were saying.
Because I know we have different levels of knowledge and experience with dealing with this, so I kind of want to get different perspectives of it and understanding. What how do you describe your yoni? Because were you able to hear anything that Sister Shamora or Bloom has said?
Yes, I have, and I printed out your outline, and I, just, looked into it briefly before coming on air. I'm not familiar really with this term. I mean, I've heard it, it seems distantly, but not in detail. I did do a woman's rites of passage program a few years ago. And, I just see myself taking some notes and learning some things tonight.
Okay, good. So you can come. Any questions that you have, please ask, because I've learned a lot from these sisters. They're very informative. So so that way, because someone else who's listening might have the same question as you. Okay.
Yes, I know that the chakras in the Sanskrit, I know that there's African terminology that even predates that for those types of things. I don't recall them, but I have come across them over the years.
Okay. Hi, Sister Aisha. Are you here? Are you
Yeah, I'm here. I don't really have anything else to add to what the other sisters said. They broke it down very well.
All right. So Sister Shamora, so I had a couple of questions. I'm just going to kind of go through my questions and just ask, and then you all can kind of answer it for me the best way. And so I know you dealt with, let me see. All right. Healing. Okay. I want to discuss using Yoni eggs as a healing for trauma. And I know this is kind of an odd area, like a taboo topic to talk about a lot of time. But, especially with women of African descent, how do we talk about yoni and womb trauma? Because I was like, let me just go ahead and get that, that area, because, the yoni has a lot of healing properties. So how do a woman deal, how do you deal with the yoni in that area?
Well, I would say that you talking specifically about yoni eggs?
Yeah.
Yoni eggs. Okay, so yoni egg, there's many different kinds, but I think the fact that most yoni eggs, of course they have yoni eggs that are made from like metals and things like that, but the most beneficial are the crystals, because they're a natural stone. And of course, you do have to be careful, because not all yoni eggs, there are crystals or stones out there, are appropriate to use in your yoni or safe to use. But as far as specifics to trauma, it's more than just a vaginal weight. The crystals actually have metaphysical properties. So specific to wound trauma, I would go straight to like obsidian and rose quartz, like forgiveness and transition and detoxing and drawing out. So what happens is that basically, and yoni egg is very useful for working through those issues because it's going to pull the energy and help you to really face and confront and deal with that, so that you can move on from it.
Okay. What experience have you've had with that, Sister Bloom? Uh-oh, I think you're muted.
I'm so sorry. I keep doing that because I don't want my any noises.
I do it all the time too.
But yeah, I actually brought my Yoni egg to show for those who don't know what it looks like. But like she said, she was very right. The best ones to use is going to be a crystal. The one that I found the best is rhodonite, and that's also has to deal with forgiveness too. So those are things that are going to come in handy when it comes to healing trauma and stuff like that. It's going to be things with forgiveness. Like she said, rose quartz, that's good for forgiveness and love as well. You want to be careful too, because you want to make sure it's actual real crystal and it's not just some, glass. and you want to make sure it's all the way smooth. So it's got to be made correctly so that there's no scratches or anything. And it's made, the quality has to be good, so it doesn't hurt you. And yeah, I would say it works in that way because each crystal has its own properties, and we connect with it mentally as well. And it basically, the crystal wakes up that part of our brain and wakes it up, and gets us on that frequency as the crystal. And if the crystal is directly in that area, it's basically going to put out that frequency as well. And then, that's basically it for emotional and not physical, just emotional.
Okay. So how can you tell the difference between a crystal and glass?
There's ways to do it. Like, I think you can, with some crystals, you can get a magnifying glass to it. I think a lot of it also comes with experience as well. Just so you just know, like, the difference in the hardness, because it depends on the type of crystals and the hardness and the texture and the weight. And sometimes if you're able to actually feel the energy of the crystal, you'll be able to actually feel the energy of the crystal that you're working with. Whereas if you hold something and you don't feel any type of anything, any kind of connection or anything, it could just be a piece of glass.
Okay.
Also, I would like to add in that when I get a shipment of crystals in, or Yoni eggs in, I always have them tested by a laboratory. I have the vat, at least samples from the vat tested, and that usually helps me out. It's usually a GI report that you get issued. And so for every shipment I get, I have a third party tested just to be sure, because it can be difficult and they could try to pull things over on you for sure.
Yeah, you got to be careful of that. Okay. That is very important. Okay.
Yeah. It's rough out there.
Because I like, because, I was going to work with, I have African jade and obsidian, and I was, and I know obsidian was a blessing for me. Sister Shamora, she sat, how long did we sit on the phone for? Like,
I don't know. I don't even count.
I was really concerned. We went over everything, and that's one of the things that I find, like, you have to really sit down and pinpoint exactly what you need to work on. Because I think I got one stone and I was just like, I'm not feeling this. I was just like, I was like, I need to go back to the obsidian, because I started off with the obsidian. And what are the healing properties of the obsidian? Because I'm like, people probably don't even know that. What's I know it's grounding, and what else? It's kind. What else?
I was gonna say, first you should know that it's lava from a volcano. That kind of gives you a hint.
Okay, I don't know. I didn't even know. I thought obsidian was a stone, so it's actual lava.
So it erupts. I mean, it is a stone. I mean, but it's carved from lava. So it has that same, like, volcanic eruption, for whatever it is you need to release. It's a dark stone, so of course any dark stone is gonna detox and block, like, negative energy. EMFG rays, like when you're working at a computer, things like that. But I'll let Bloom also expound upon that.
Okay, so that is definitely important, that you probably get consultation before you even look into getting a stone, or just knowing what you need to do for yourself. So one of the things that I want to do is talk about the procedures and the benefit of having a vaginal steam bath, because I know when I was looking up, it had a lot of I was seeing a lot of benefits that was going to hit. Do you all deal with vaginal steam baths, and what are they? Exactly, what are they, and what is the benefit of it?
Yes, I'm pretty new to steaming. I just recently got certified in as a practitioner over the summertime, but I brought my notes so I could, because I know I wrote down all the benefits to it, so I can actually just go over the benefits um, to the yoni steaming. But for sure, it's going to help with your physical as well as your emotional issues related to your womb area, the reproductive area, and as well as even the vaginal canal too. But I'll let somebody else go as I try to find and figure out my notes.
Okay.
Well,
Can I ask a question? May I ask a question, please?
Go ahead.
I saw like advertisements for yoni materials when I was coming on and checking things out.
Mhm.
So do you all know, you all going to recommend where you purchase these things so you know that you're purchasing genuine stuff? Is there a place that you purchase it or places that you avoid?
Well, as far as myself, as far as my herbs, I either grow them or wildcraft them myself. I do have some herbs that are imported from Senegal directly, and I have a specific person that I work with there. So I'm pretty. I try to be very. How can I say? Eco-friendly. And because I feel like in using herbs is also about taking care of the earth. So in the way that so that's why I think it's important to be responsible. So I try to grow what I need, and instead of just ordering, and because you don't know a lot of times the methods that they're using, like big manufacturers and things. I mean, it may be organic, but still, it's also like, is it overuse? Like we have an overuse of sage now, and sage is endangered. So it's really best if you want to use something like that you grow it yourself. So I really try to keep what I call a yoni garden. As far as the crystals, I usually work with having them imported from Brazil, some from India. And I mean, I've worked with them for years. And like I said, once they get here, I have them tested by a laboratory. And there's been times I've gotten some, crazy stuff. So, but the point is that I'm able to filter that out. So, yeah.
Okay. So do you order from those regions for a reason, or is that where they you'll find them at, or like, or
it depends on where they're sourced in abundance, where the crystals are sourced in abundance, and that they do it with a sense of integrity.
Okay. Yeah. So far, I'm really liking the results because I suffer with fibroids. So I know for me, I feel a difference in my body using doing. Well, how do they say it? It's like doing work, or what they? I always hear this term like you're going to the, huh?
As you mean like doing shadow work?
Shadow, what is it called? Shadow work?
Shadow work?
Because I always hear women when they're talking about using their yoni, they're like, almost like, it sounds like they're exercising or something. So doing work with it or something. But I like working with certain stones now. Like I don't know why, but offline I'll talk to you more in depth with that one, Shamor, to figure out why I'm preferring one over another. But I found that you do tend to like one more than another. Do you all find that as well?
Absolutely. And I mean, they're like, for me, they become like old friends that I circle back to here or there, depending on what I'm going through in my life. And that's just it. It depends on what you're going through in your life, what you're going through biologically, and that's what you're going to resonate with. So that makes absolute sense.
Mm-hmm. Are you the same way, Bloom?
Oh, I'm sorry, I didn't hear the question.
No, I was saying, do you find yourself more in tune to like one type of stone than any other? Like you prefer one over your other stones?
Oh yeah, in that fact, it would be the same. It's whatever I'm going through as well. But I do find myself also like migrating towards the same type of stone more so. Like sometimes I feel like my energy really gets along well with hematite and earthly type of stones, like earth element type of stones to help with root chakra stuff. And then I also just really find myself, with the rhodonite and really heavily like feminine type of stones as well. But it does depend on what it is you're experiencing or going through.
Okay.
I would give a concrete example. Like after I gave birth, I was really into my rose quartz. When I went through my divorce, I was really into my obsidian. And now I'm really into my red jasper because I'm doing a lot of spiritual cultivation. It's very shamanic.
I'm seeing. Okay, I'm seeing the correlation now. Okay. Yeah, some work that needs to be done over here. So I was looking at my notes. I saw a couple of I did write some outlines of some of the benefits. I'm not sure exactly if this is true and how it works, but it says that it helps repair like tears from episiotomy and healing of hemorrhoids and treats infections as well as maintain a healthy odor. It relieves symptoms of menopause, detoxifies, release stored emotions, reduces pain, bloating, decreases monthly flow. It regulates irregular flows, fertility. It has like a whole list of things that it helps. And for me, that's amazing. So it just depends. It doesn't depend on what size. Does it matter the size in regards to whatever you're dealing with as far as the wellness issue that you're trying to work through, or it doesn't matter?
I
know
think
they come in small, medium, large, right?
I'm not sure about the sizing. Maybe I can learn about that. But I know about the timing. From what I was taught, it's like the amount of time that you stay on the steam is dependent on what it is that you're.
No. I was talking about. I'm sorry. I'm jumping all over the place. I'm so sorry. I was talking about the egg.
Oh, okay.
But the steam actually, I suppose the steam has those healing. It heals those areas as well, correct?
Yeah, it basically heals with that things too. But yes, I'll let somebody else answer that.
So if you were asking about the size of the Yoni egg, typically it just really depends on, a woman's, like, has she given birth, how young, like, is this a woman, how experienced she is. But for the most part, most women are going to start with a large and work their way to a small, because it takes a lot more muscle to be able to hold in coordination to hold a small end versus a large. And it also depends on what you're using it for. If you're using it like primarily for like Kegels and strengthening those the pelvic floor muscles, or if you're using it like during intimacy, and then in that case you would have something small too that you might want to use. And it also depends on how you as a woman, how your vaginal canal, is it shallow, is it deeper? Every woman is shaped different and is different limbs and everything. So what's comfortable, it's not really a one size fits all, but for the most part, rule of thumb is that you start bigger and work smaller.
Okay.
Yeah, I agree.
How do you know? How do you would just know when it's time to go to a smaller size?
Yeah, because it would be so easy. You'd be no challenge.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Okay, I get it now.
You would keep it in really easy. And like when you work through the exercises, so like it wouldn't fall out. There could be other emotional issues dealing with that too, as far as like how it comes out and everything like that. But yeah, it would get easier in your exercises.
I'm in longer. I am noticing that. So that's why. Then you go to the next size. That's good to know. So, because I was thinking it was something else, like some kind of test I would need to do for myself, but just able to hold it. And sometimes I forget.
You set the standard.
Forget it's there. To be honest.
You said what?
Sometimes I forget it's even there.
Mm-hmm.
So, and this is the next step, and and you can elaborate how you want to elaborate as best. So, because I don't want to make anyone uncomfortable. This is grown folks conversation, folks. Okay, so just be aware. So, grown men, grown women, husband and wife, this is pertinent information to help you. Okay, as we get older. So we're talking grown folks wellness. So, my next question is, I also wanted to find out as far as like pleasure and the healing touch, and how can this help with intimacy?
So, okay. So, like, for example,
As best you can put it, because I don't want to make anyone, too uncomfortable. The
I'll
best
try to behave.
All right.
Okay. Is it okay? Is it okay if my
Come with your question, family. Come with
yeah.
your question, please.
Is it? I'm gonna speak, but is it okay if my husband weighs in a little bit too?
Of course.
Okay.
Brother Hakeem is always welcome. This is like I said, men need to be aware of this because they have wives and daughters, and you need to be mindful of it. And then we have to be mindful of it. It's a community thing, okay? Women are the mothers of the earth. We are the educators, and so you want us to be fruitful and multiply. So we do that. We have to stay healthy in all areas of life. Am I correct?
Absolutely.
All right.
I'll start off as far as intimacy. Like, it depends on like certain crystals you're working with, first of all. So, for example, a clear quartz is gonna make you very sensitive. It makes you sensitive to everything. So, of course, using a clear quartz Yoni egg during intercourse is gonna heighten that feeling. It's gonna heighten the sensitivity. It's gonna heighten, the orgasm and everything like that. So, just knowing like it's gonna amplify. It's an amplifier. So. Just knowing like, and in some people, it depends on like, I guess you could say like your sexual energy. Cause some people might feel like, you know what, I get way too excited too fast. I need something to slow me down and really draw this out. And in that case, that would be like, a jade, which is going to slow that, draw that, orgasm out or that sensation out. And something is like amethyst would be more like play more into the spiritual aspect of intimacy and sex. So first of all, it's like knowing like which crystals, knowing your body and like which crystal you want to incorporate to get the balance that you need sexually. Because you are strengthening your pelvic floor muscles, of course, I feel like as a woman, you have a lot more control over your orgasms and using those muscles. And you're just a lot more toned and stronger and coordinated. And that creates pleasure for everybody. Hey, Tamara, assalamu alaikum.
I thought I was still backstage because it said I was backstage. Assalamu alaikum.
Walaikum salam. Sister Tamara had a meditation tonight, and I just wanted to be there so bad, you guys. I'm sorry to cut you off, Sister Shamora. Sister Tamara, can you share your meditation, what you did tonight? And explain to everyone what the meditation for tonight was. I just wish I was there.
Go ahead and finish what she was saying, and I can do that if you don't mind.
Huh?
You want her to finish with her thought, and I can share with them what you did.
Yes, ma'am. Thank you, Sister Shamora. I appreciate you being patient with me. Go ahead and finish, sis.
So then I was gonna let Hakeem weigh in on that a little bit, since it takes two in intimacy. So I figure, and this is for brothers as much as it is for sisters. So I figure he could like share a little bit and shed a little light on that.
Yes, the brothers need to hear this, Brother Hakeem.
Without getting too personal, it's pretty amazing. You definitely feel a difference, and I would equate it to a reset button, for sure. And it's something that's very noticeable, and playing with the different crystals, like working within them, is interesting because you do feel a difference as you go between different crystals.
Okay, that's good to know. And because people, it's definitely real. I definitely see differences with the different the crystals.
Mm-hmm.
The different crystals. I definitely see a difference. So I can imagine in all areas of your life you will feel a difference depending on what stone you're working with. Sister Tamara, can
Yes.
you just first introduce yourself, because you haven't been on here, a lot, real quick, and just share your business
Okay.
and what have you, because everyone share their information. I want everyone to know your information and what you do, what have you. Okay.
Absolutely. Peace and blessings, everyone. I'm Tamara Dickinson of Asheville Heaven Arts Wellness Center, and also the founder of Sources Organic Natural Skin and Hair Care Products. And you asked me what we were meditating tonight. Tonight is the new moon, or dark moon, as some people call it. And this new moon is also today. There was a total solar eclipse, and was visible mostly in the southern hemisphere. So all those energies, are very powerful and to manifest change and to start new projects, start new beginnings. I know in some calendars around the world, some ancient calendars, particularly Islamic calendar, the new moons mark the beginning of a new month, and in some other cultures as well. And so the new moon energy is very powerful for bringing positive transformation and change. Also, is very powerful for just creating new beginnings. A lot of people start new projects during the new moon cycle, and so that's what we were meditating for tonight, as well as peace for ourselves and healing for one another and for the planet.
Okay.
I plan on doing them inshallah every new moon in on Instagram Live. So I've done about 3 so far. So tonight was the 4th one. So I plan on doing it with each new moon.
Okay. And I just ordered like a new moon package from Sister Shamora.
I
She
doing that too. Okay.
a whole package. Can you share what that is, Sister Shamora? The new moon package.
Okay, so I have what you call, well, they're called moon swag bags. So I feel like every full moon, I mainly focus on the full moon. I also do new moons by request, but every full and new moon, we're pretty much, at least I used to feel like I was always hustling to pull together everything I needed to for my ritual, for my ceremony. And I was like, wouldn't it be nice if you could just go to one place and get everything you needed, and it was nice and portable and cute, that you needed your candles, what color they are, your moon message, your crystals, like everything, and then boom, you just got to be ready, have it ready on that night or whatever for your rituals. And so basically that's what the moon swag bag is, and it helps to deepen that experience in your rituals and to pretty much kind of just give you, in a way, kind of a cheat sheet.
So, I'm excited. I can't wait to get mine.
Yeah, I
haven't done any I haven't really done any new moon work before, so it's going to be interesting.
So yours would be in time for the full moon. Right now we have that new moon in Sagittarius and the solar eclipse, but so it's an interesting energy. But definitely this full moon coming up will be in Cancer, y'all. That's my sign, Cancer. Okay, y'all. So I feel like I kind of get 2 birthdays, But yeah, definitely full in Cancer. And I just love that you're wearing orange, because the color is orange for the Sacral Chakra.
Look, it's really just a t-shirt, like a t-shirt, but I changed my shirt like 3 times, and I kept saying, this don't feel right. I was like, I had to feel the energy. I was like, I needed to feel the energy. Oh no, oh no, oh no. Hold on,
I'm still feeling your energy.
Hold on, I forgot to plug in my computer.
Okay, we hear you.
Okay. Ooh, my computer was about to die. I forgot to plug in the charger.
Oh.
So, yeah, so
I'm glad you all are still on, because I finished the live and I said, let me jump on. I said, I hope they're still on, because I knew you all were talking about Yoni Wellness tonight, and that's so needed.
Yes.
Yes.
Yeah. So Sister Bloom, this is Sister Tamara. And you already met Tamara and I. This is family. Sister has an amazing I was on her show. This was it last week, and she she was breaking down the whole. It was going into Sagittarius and just the energy was going on. So it was a very her show. It was a really I learned a lot from her. She's so knowledgeable.
Who is this?
Sister Bloom. She's above you.
Oh, Blooming Woman. Okay, great.
Definitely check out her channel. It's really good.
I will. Yes.
Yeah.
Pleased to meet you.
So when I was, I'm not doing a long time. I'm a wind. We're going to start winding this conversation down because it's only but so much Bonnie, you can talk. But
we can go forever.
only so much. Welcome, sis. Welcome. She says, hello, family and panelists. So, okay. So another thing, I want to talk about the Yoni tea. Do you all know what the benefits of, can you all share? I know you know. Can you share the benefits of Yoni tea and what exactly is Yoni tea?
Breaking up.
You're breaking up.
Oh, man. Can you hear me now?
You said we're talking about the Yoni what?
The Yoni tea.
Yoni tea.
Yeah.
Okay.
She shared the benefits of the Yoni tea and exactly what that is.
Well, I really feel like Yoni tea and Yoni steam really goes hand in hand. And there's not like one overall, there's like many different teas depending on what it is specifically you're working on with your Yoni or what issues you're having. So that the tea would vary very much. So usually like in my sessions, I usually have the person drink the same thing that they're steaming with. Of course, you can't do that with all steams. So my whole idea is like getting it from the inside, and hitting it from the outside at the same time. So I don't know if that's what you wanted to hear.
Yeah, because some people don't even realize they can drink the tea, because all this stuff that's going on, I see all these like strange advertisements, like they're doing it in the bathroom and and it's not the same experience that I had when I came and did mine, because mine was a very relaxing. Can you all hear me?
Yes.
Okay. So, because my first experience with the steam was, it was amazing. Me and Sister Aishi went together, and it was just, it was nothing that I expected. So I kind of wanted people to understand the experience of what the Yoni steam, and just kind of like more of a holistic and a holistic way of doing it, because what I'm seeing online, even though but I really think that people should really experience the entire the fullness of just the medicinal, the holistic, the spiritual, because it was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe. It was a whole vibe, and that vibe is definitely necessary when you're trying to deal with trauma. And that's what I'm trying to deal with when I was doing my Yoni steam, because like I've shared before, I'm in the medical apartheid book, so I've had some trauma done to my body. And so that was very important for me to address that. So I kind of would like you, actually both of you sisters, whatever information you have, like, can you share, Shamora, like what that experience should look like and what you give to your, to the people that come to you and in regards to these services?
Sure. So for me, I really pull from, again, my background as a Senegalese woman, growing up with my mother and my aunts steaming, and I pretty much try to recreate that vibe. So it was very, sometimes it was just me seeing my mother steam by herself, but a lot of times it was them steaming together in group, in a circle. But the basis of it was very social. It was something that I mean, we could find us doing anything from like when my clients come in. I mean, we pray, we release, we do room affirmations. We have our crystals. Sometimes they bring crystals. We start off with setting our intention. And I really put a lot of emphasis on service, like me serving and being attendant to the sister that is steaming, because that is how you are taking care of your sister. You sing songs that we have, like traditional songs that we sing at that time, and then when we close out, we return everything back to the earth and give a gratitude. So it's very, for me, I'm recreating that tradition. And continuing that tradition and preserving it. So, but we also do things like I've had Yoni steam birthday parties where I have 10 women at one time, and they have their music and they're twerking on their pots, and we're dancing and belly dancing and everything else. But it can be as lit or as hype or as subtle and chill as you want. But the whole point, depending on the
they're pretty lit. They're pretty lit.
They're pretty lit, like. Yeah, and I mean, there's jokes going on, and especially when I have a group, they're joking and they're asking me, and nothing is too crazy to ask. So all kinds of, like one sister was like, I don't know, sis. She was like, when we get in there to steam, she was like, is it okay if I pass gas in there? Like, is it gonna like blow up or something? And I was like, girl, I don't care what you do on that pot. That is your pot.
Right.
And then she was like, is it going to smell like this and smell like that? I'm like, it's just so nothing is off limits to ask. And it's a very open, safe space. Very spiritual. A lot of times crying happens. Women will cry. A lot of times they've never been taken care of. They've never been taken care of by a woman. And that's a good experience.
Sister Aishi.
Yes. I wanted to intervene.
I know you're new to it, so I wanted you to share put your input in your experience.
Well, I just wanted to talk about when I went to be a part of Shamor's steaming. It was absolutely wonderful. Like, I cannot wait to go back and have it again. It just felt so peaceful, and she really listened. To if there were things that we were going through personally, and it's just the experience, because I've never did that before. So I really saw it as taken care of down there, which a lot of times, a lot of women, I don't know about other countries, I can't speak for other countries, but I know here, one thing that I found odd was a lot of us don't, not even odd, let me not use the word odd, but a lot of us are vocal. And, as Black women, we seem to be very vocal, but when it comes to down there, I have heard from, men and women that a lot of times we don't know a lot about what's going on down there. And so her class was just amazing. Like the video presentation that she had about the stones, just everything, the steaming, the food that she made from scratch. I think it was almond butter or something. And then we did the belly dance. It was absolutely amazing. And it's something that I want to incorporate in my, do it like once a year or twice a year, and just keep doing it, because a lot of times we take care of other things, like we get massages and stuff, but many times as women, and particularly Black women, we don't always take care of down there.
Yeah. Well, I found being raised in this country, you're brought up to think of it in a bad manner for some reason.
Exactly. That's very true. I remember
we're afraid to even say the word. We made up weird names for it. You know what I mean? It's so a lot of women are very unfamiliar about that area. They don't even know how to begin to even think about healing it, taking care of it, much less loving it. It was always thought of as a tool for men and babies.
Yes. It's funny you say that, because growing up, there was a nickname for it. For a long time, I didn't say well, I'd rather use it. I'm trying to incorporate the word yoni instead of vagina. But when I was growing up as a little girl, you said pom pom. And well, you know, to say vagina or anything else, it was like, whoa, you don't say that. That was like, whoa. You say pom pom. And I can't tell the last time I said that, but it's funny thinking about it now, because growing up in America, I can see certain differences in my household, just subtle differences of, you know, my family being from the Caribbean versus here, you know, because I know people from here don't say pom pom. So
I know,
but,
when you say that, it made me instantly think about poom poom shorts.
Oh, right.
Why you got the poom poom shorts?
And yeah, that's where it came from. Yeah, it all correlates. Yeah, exactly.
Yeah.
But I remember I was told I couldn't do splits. You know, I remember, I don't want to get too personal, because even though it's sisters on, you know, on here, I know that everybody's listening.
Right.
But
no,
I'll just say,
you don't get too explicit. You don't know.
Yeah, no, I'm not going, you know, I ain't gonna give them too much, but I'll just say that, like, down there just wasn't discussed. I want to give a story of something, but I'll just say a situation happened, not with another person. It wasn't any abuse or anything like that, but I was being very active. Okay, if y'all can read between the lines. And something happened down there, and nobody explained what happened, if that makes sense. So my point is, it was very taboo down there. Like, you didn't discuss it. You call it pom pom. You didn't do, I couldn't do splits. You know, it was just like very mysterious and taboo, like so mysterious and taboo. And it's funny because a lot of my friends say the same thing. And what's interesting was, it was a lot of teenage pregnancy around me. So I can imagine that they didn't get that talk. So they tried to explore, you know, on their own, and not in a good way.
Mm-hmm.
Talk about breaking generational cycles, man.
Right.
Yes.
And that's why I think it's so, like, us as women, you know, learning about ourselves in this way, and then how we usher our daughters through their own womanhood.
Right.
Like, the magnitude of that. And I think it's so deep how you say, like, we didn't, you know, it wasn't talked about. But yet we live in this very oversexed society, you know.
Right.
Sex this, sex that. No one's really talking about, like, actually.
It's a more of a voyeur, weird type of energy.
Yeah.
You know, like, you can watch it, but you can't speak it. It's like, see no evil, speak no evil, you know, that kind of mindset. And it's, you know, but, and so it's an odd thing.
It's like a contradiction.
Yeah.
Yes. A major contradiction.
And I'm excited, you know, that I have learned to love, you know, not just love all areas, you know, just not my mind, just not, you know, whatever it is about, I'm learning to embrace everything about me. And it has been a challenge, because I am a woman who experienced, you know, multiple traumas through my, you know, childhood and life into a woman. So you tend to ignore certain areas because that area has brought trauma into your life. So I had to, that's why I'm probably working so hard with the obsidian. You know, because I keep going back to, I'm like, I need my obsidian. I keep going, you know, and I'm starting to really embrace the jade. So maybe there's a slow transition that's happening. And I vibrated the amethyst. What is the healing properties of amethyst?
Sure, yeah. There's amethyst too here for anyone who doesn't know what that is.
You see the
it's right
vibration?
there.
You see how we all channeling each other's vibration?
It's so pretty.
Right there.
I know. For me, amethyst, well, you can relate it to the crown chakra because of the color of it. It's purple. And that has everything to also do with awakenings. That has everything to do with crowning. So as if you're being crowned. So you're getting crowned to a next level. So it has to do with advancement. So when you work with Amethyst, you come to find that you may have experiences where you feel more spiritual, where you feel like you've excelled, or where you feel like you've awoken, or where you feel like you've been crowned because you've basically advanced to another level of understanding. So it's really spiritual in nature, and it's really it also helps you get in touch with your energetic body as well, like your subtle body. I feel like that with Amethyst. It also helps for you to understand like your intuition, like understanding questions that you seek, that you like your own intuition, your own sense of knowing. Amethyst will just help for those things to come more easier for you, or for you to actually connect with that state of consciousness more smoothly.
Okay.
So I feel like Amethyst is really good when it comes to spirituality and knowing, just knowing yourself and overall knowing. And then also, I wanted to say with the Yoni steam, I noticed a complete difference from when I used to do the Yoni steam, and I'm pretty new to Yoni steam too. But when I used to do it like a couple years ago, and they have like a plastic bowl or something, and you sit on it on the ground, and then my legs would hurt and all this stuff. And I know what you mean with females doing it in the bathroom and all that. So I feel like the environment really does make a difference.
Yes, it does. It does.
Yeah, as soon as I got certified as a Yoni steam practitioner, I have to do the work on myself first and gain experience there first. And that's what I've been doing. And I got the facilitator, the box. It's a completely different experience with the box than sitting on the floor in an uncomfortable position, just making it serene, making sure that, you have stage lit, making sure you have the right mindset, positive music, positive energy, positive people around you. And even better, if you're going to a Yoni Steam Wellness Center or Yoni Steam Spa, and you have someone doing service and taking care of you, you get that feminine energy of nourishment and nurturing. And that can help you connect more with your womb, trauma. So I think it's important, the atmosphere.
Yeah. It's that you never lie. It is a difference. I was not attracted to what I was seeing, so I was determined to get treated a certain way, and I did not find that in my local area. I'm in Washington, D.C. For what I needed, and I traveled. How many hours did I travel to come see you, Shamora?
Was it 5 hours?
I traveled 5 hours to get it. That's how important it is to get the right energy and right vibration, the right setting, because that is a very extremely important area that to take care of. And for me, that it was worth it, to travel that amount of time to get the full experience that I got. And it was worth it. I made it a spa weekend, and it was the best thing I've done. So I'm really looking forward. Me and Sister Aisha came together.
Yeah, and you definitely don't get that everywhere, because I like to go do research and steam at other places. And I know I went to this one spa, and it was an Asian spa, and they have a lot of tradition in Yoni steaming as well. But it's like they put me in there, and they had a big clock with red numbers that counted down my 30 minutes.
Oh, wow.
And then there was like this big screen TV that had the Kardashians on it. Like it was not even like a peaceful experience. Like it was just, and then they don't speak to you at all. There's no eye contact. In fact, I understand, but like they don't even speak English. So it's like you definitely have to it's not the same everywhere, and you definitely if you want to just be in and out and you're just trying to do something, I guess, but nah, it's like that wasn't fitting my vibe at all.
Yeah. So I just personally I excuse me, I'm sorry, ladies. I would not want to go into that kind of environment, especially with something so sensitive. I almost look at my Yoni practitioner as my gynecologist, or my dentist, or because that's a very intimate and personal area that you're dealing with. So you want to make sure whoever is helping you take care of yourself has a respect for it and appreciate it, and is not really looking at it as more just as a monetary thing, because it's become a big fad, but it's more than a fad. And so like I look at it, when you find a good practitioner, you'll be with them for life. So I commend you, Sister Bloom, for making sure you get the right vibe as well, because you got to try different things to figure out to share with folks, because that's so essential. So, Sister Tamara, have you had any experience yet with any of these areas, or are you in the learning portion of it?
Which area? I apologize. I had to go out. I had
Just the Yoniverse, the Yoniverse.
Yoni, the eggs I have used, and the Yoni steaming I have tried it actually quite recently. Matter of fact, this year was my first time trying that, and I was blessed to get some of the herbs from Sister Shamora, and I tried some from another website. I can't remember the name right now. But I do enjoy it, and I wish I had known about it years ago when I was younger. I think it would have been really beneficial, but it's never, everything's in divine timing, as they say. But I think it's really important that women honor themselves, and that taking care of the yoni should be a part of our self-care. It shouldn't be, I don't think I was taught enough self-care is growing up, and especially not womb care. Womb care for me growing up was just drinking some tea for cramps, and that's how I knew about it. But,
and that's what, like red raspberry, right?
Yeah, that's good for that. And I think it's very important that, because that is a sacred part of us, and our seat of our creativity is that sacral chakra, and that's where our spirituality and our sensuality emerges, and it's such an important aspect of our lives and our healing and our self-care. So I'm really excited about it. I would like to try some more.
So just our conversation, I'm seeing because I'm hearing people are going on, I know people going online, and then what Bloom shared, like and you, Shamora, the different types of location. So I don't know how good these places are, but so say if someone was coming in and looking for something to deal with I guess just like menstrual, not menstrual craft, something basic. What herbs would you recommend that they do for a yoni steam?
So for cramps, thinking pain, I'm automatically going to go to probably, and it depends, because I have to take a lot into consideration, because some herbs, you have to think of a person's kind of entire medical history. Some herbs are contradicted for like fibroids and things like that, or if they're dealing with cancer and things like that. But off the top of my head, I would think motherwort or mugwort for cramps is definitely, and I would probably do that with a blend of like, roses and lavender and calendula. So you have some detoxing in there and fortifying the tissue. And also going back as far as like the list of like all the benefits of steaming, it is really long. Pretty much anything that you deal with as far as your reproductive organs, whatever you're dealing with, there's some type of steam for it. Like, so to list out, it would be a big job to list out all the benefits, because, it's also, like she said, the spiritual and emotional. Like if you're going through a breakup, if you are going through a death, a loss, or if you are, getting married or having a baby, these are all like where we have certain emotional needs, and steaming addresses those emotional needs and those transitions too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because I was looking at the benefits and the And the list, I mean, it was, I have it here. I'm just going to go through a few because I was like, wow, this is
Well,
kind
you
of.
can just show it. It's like it's down the whole.
like PM, it said PMS, fibroids, heavy bleeding, uterine toning, yeast infection, vaginal dryness, vaginal scarring, prolapse uterus, polycystic ovaries, bladder infection, hemorrhoid relief, painful menstruation, blocked fallopian tube, relaxation, weight loss, vaginal moisture, perineum support, vaginal tightening, vitamin absorption, balance emotion, hormonal balance, uterine strengthening, decrease hot flashes, menstrual regulation, increased circulation. And that's just to name a few.
Mm-hmm.
So I was like, whoa. I was like, and we were missing out on this, or, you know, like, what happened? Now I know, like, I want to say in Sudan, I think it's Sudan. They have like some kind of like they do like a yoni steam with some kind of wood, special wood.
Yeah, so I do those too. They're called smoke baths. So smoke bath is very similar to a steam, and I actually sell smoke bath kits and steam kits on my website at passageinstitute.com. And I love the smoke baths. Unfortunately, smoke baths are not as popular as yoni steams are, which I'm shocked because I don't know, they're just as amazing and useful. It's another tool that you can have in your belt to help you through issues that you may be dealing with, or just for regular maintenance and caring for yourself. But basically, a smoke bath is when you, it's tradition to light it upon a clay dish, and you would use charcoal, and you can't just use any kind of charcoal. It has to be toxic free. So don't go using the charcoal you use for your incense or your hookah. Okay, so you take that charcoal, you light it like you would on a stove or whatever, and then you use resin. I make patties like out of a mixture of clay and certain herbs. So you have in the resin. So I create these little whatever lumps with like acacia in them, and sometimes I might use like some of an evergreen tree, and I have different herbs that I use that I put into there depending on what somebody's working on. So you put that onto the hot charcoal, and then it makes smoke. It makes a lot of smoke. So you would put that under your chair or your stool, and then you would wrap yourself up, and and then the smoke, and I love it, especially like sometimes it's not so much about the yoni. Like you could do one specific for yoni care and yoni health, but I also do it as a way of like scenting my body and my hair, for my husband, or just to be, I'll put it in our closets, and I do like the whole family. So
that's what I heard. I heard husbands get excited when they see that, when they smell that scent. And I heard go ahead, Sister Bloom.
Sorry, is that the thing? Because someone was talking to me about it when I was talking about yoni steam and all that, and they were talking about how somewhere, I think it was North Africa, where a week before the wedding they go and they do that. And I was thinking, I don't think that's yoni steam. That might be something else.
That's the wood. Yeah,
that's what she's talking about. Okay.
Well, it's not only with weddings. It's great for arthritis. It's great for asthma and upper respiratory issues, depending on what herbs you're burning. So it's definitely an option that's used for healing, but it definitely is part of the bridal preparation and rituals too.
Because what I learned when because my fiance, rest in peace, he was from Sudan, so he used to share certain things with me. And one of the things that he shared that does it makes the woman have a really good smell to that area of her body. It tightens her skin in that area. So if she has if she's had multiple children or what have you, it almost brings her to a youthful I guess size or feel. I don't really know the man terminology, but whatever it is that men know is kind of like youthful. Right. And so and I know he was sharing also, they did it before weddings and what have you, and then the wife, and then certain wives, they would make that a ritual, so when a husband smell it, he knew what time that was. So, he was like, they would get happy about it. Did I say that nicely enough?
You did.
Yeah, that was very professional.
And it also, the smoke also gives the skin a very beautiful tint, like a very reddish tint.
Does it?
Mm-hmm.
I need that.
Yeah, I can try it too.
I need that. I need a whole
I'm eating my carrots and stuff, but
I'm looking at all this melanated beauty in front of me. I'm like, goodness, I need some sun.
That's how they be having that melanin like that. Like, you ever see sisters like from the country and you be like, man, their melanin is just different. Like, it's like, yes, it'd be those smoke baths. Yeah. You can use it, like I said, to scent your closet, to scent all your clothes.
Yeah, I've seen people use it to scent the closets and the doors, and I've seen women stand over it, but I just thought it was just something personal they were doing.
And I wonder,
it's a
who was that?
No, I was wondering because I want to ask them. I'm always learning, I was wondering because like I'm born in Liberia and grew up over here and around the world. And I never seen that type of stuff growing up in Liberia and stuff. So I wonder what parts of Africa, does anybody know what parts of Africa anciently did they do?
I know Sudan.
I know the Nubians do it too as part of a bridal preparation for the bride. They, I think they sit under the incense burner. It's special ones that they use for that. I'm not sure. I've heard of steaming is going around the world, but the smoke bath, I'm not real familiar with.
Smoke baths are popular in so many different tribes. It's also like you can go to Australia and the Aboriginal tribes do smoke baths as well.
Yeah.
I think
the Native Americans do them as well, or have the Native American women. I think they do them too.
I don't know.
Some groups do.
I think it was like, but basically any indigenous or any type of native people who are more connected to herbs and stuff. I think they kind of all did those types.
You see us all going like, yeah. Because we're very connected to nature.
Yes.
That we have a high value because we're very connected to nature. We're very connected with our environment. So, and we've kind of lost that connection living amongst others. So I like I think conversations like this are important because we have looked at these things as taboo and not to be dealt with, and as we can see on this screen, we're women of every walks of life, literally, and this is a connection that we should have because when you take care of yourself, it's a bonding that I will always have with Shamora, because the way that sister took care of me, she took care of me better than I took care of me, and she taught me how to take care of myself. And so as we share this information, we're giving that to the next sister because all of us deserve it. We all deserve it, and we all need to be educated on it and be aware of the different things. So I'm so glad that everyone is getting good information from this. All right, so I'm going to swing back to the Yoni Egg real quick because I have a couple more questions. I know I said I'm winding down.
Definitely. Thank you.
Okay, so. The Yoni Egg. And I know we kind of briefly went over it, but I kind of want to just go back over it. Can Yoni eggs get stuck? That's such a basic question, but I know a lot of people think about that, like they're scared of it. Can they get stuck?
I know they can't pass through and get lost, but as far as getting stuck, I don't think they can get like stuck, like, oh, it's stuck there forever and you would have to go through some sort of major like surgery or huge dilemma to get it out. it's just a mental thing, and you got to go through that strength of birthing the egg. And it's something that it's like a sacred experience for you to push and birth that egg. You know, so I think it's part of the experience, and it depends on what that person's supposed to experience. It could be fearful, but it will make you have to deal with that. You could just put your hand, you know, and take it out as well. But I think the whole purpose is to basically birth the egg.
Every now and then I do get a sister who calls me in tears and her egg is stuck.
Really? Oh.
And basically, because I tell, you know how I am, I tell them, look, you call me and if I can and you're close to me in my city, I will come. But I just basically talk them through it. And sometimes, and I think a lot of women panic. So it can, you know, a lot of women sometimes have a lot of tension in their pelvic floor. They have different traumas that they're dealing with where there's a lot of tension and the muscles aren't able to relax. There's all kinds of different scenarios for that. It could be emotional. And so it can seem to be stuck. And I mean, I tell women all the time, it's going to have to come down at some point when it's done doing the work that it needs to do. It's okay for your egg to be in for like, I've kept mine in up to like 5 days. It's okay. You know, like you're not going to get sick because your egg was up there for a couple of days, you know?
That is so good to know. Cause you know, one time my egg was in for a whole day and I panicked. I was like, oh my goodness, I forgot it was in there. And I got scared. And then as Sister Bloom said, I gave birth to it. Because I was so scared. I was like, oh, but now I know if I'm keeping it up there, it's doing what it's supposed to do.
And it will come down when it's done. But a lot of women don't trust in that. They want to control the process. They can't let go. Like, so they're like, I want it out when it comes out. And I'm like, girl, if you squat, cough, sneeze, it's probably going to pop out. You know what I'm saying? Even if it doesn't, okay, it's still doing what it's doing. And if it's in there for, you know, a couple of days, you'll be okay. You're not going to get sick, you know. And a lot of women, a lot of times will end up trying, like hurting themselves to force an egg by putting objects to force an egg out. And I'm like, you know, don't hurt yourself. So none of that's necessary. But when you panic, you tense up and then you start to panic, you know. So it's going to become more difficult because you're not relaxed.
That's good because I know sometimes I forget it's there. Until an inconvenient moment, and I'm like, oh man, I forgot that was there. So okay. So all right. So the Yoni. Okay, I'm just want to hit on chakra. I know I have a couple of sisters on here that are really versed in the chakra energy and what have you. So we have. Can you all? I don't want to mess anything up. I do have notes, but I rather since I got two people, I know. Three, I don't know how many that know a little bit. Can you all just break down the 7 chakras real quick? And I know the Yoni is connected with the Sacral Chakra. Can you all just break it down real quick? And I just kind of want to just hit that, and then we're going to end this live.
Okay. You want me to answer or?
Sure, go ahead.
Well, chakra is an ancient Sanskrit word. It means wheel, and you have many chakras in your body, but you have 7 major ones that are along the spine, and those chakras are energy points, and they correspond to different systems of the body. And each one has a color. Each one has a sound that resonates to its own energy. And so, yes, the navel chakra. I have a chakra band. I don't know if y'all can see a chakra band behind me in my office. And the navel chakra is the second one from, you count them up from the navel. I mean, the root chakra going up, and the navel chakra is the orange one. And it corresponds to your reproductive organs, and I think urinary system, respiratory system, so I think as well. But it definitely is the one that connects to the womb.
Connects to the womb. Okay. Okay. So what, because I was reading that it says the behavioral characteristics, what emotions, feelings, relationships, expressions, creativity, fantasies.
Yeah.
So,
The sacral chakra is where a lot of your emotions spring forth. That is a chakra that deals with the emotions, and so does the heart chakra and the throat. So those three all correspond to emotions. So a lot of times when we feel certain feelings, you feel it in your sacral chakra first, or in the heart chakra or the throat. Those are you feel certain emotions, or if somebody said something or did something to you emotionally and you felt some kind of pain or trauma, you usually felt it in those places.
Yes.
Stomach as well, but oftentimes it's the womb, especially with women, we feel it there, and we hold a lot of emotions in those chakras.
Yeah. That's why you have I'll elaborate too, add on to that. That's why you also feel like that butterflies in your stomach. That's gonna be your sacral chakra. So it's also located 3 inches below your navel. Like she said, the color is orange. It's the water element, and water has to deal with emotions. It has to do with feminine energy. It has to do with intuition. It also, the sacral chakra also has to do with pleasure as well. So if you ever want to know whether or not your sacral chakra is, I guess, running smoothly, like she said, chakra is a wheel. Because when you feel and you connect with the chakra, it almost feels like a wheel that's spinning. But anyways, when you want to know whether or not it's running smoothly or not is whether it's to an extreme of pleasure or to a extreme lack of pleasure. So if you overindulge yourself into pleasures, like you overindulge yourself into your favorite chocolate cake, or if you overindulge yourself into sexual pleasures, or if you just overindulge yourself into pleasures to a point where it's having a negative impact on your life or your emotional well-being or your physical well-being, then your sacral chakra isn't doing well. Now, if you also have a lack thereof pleasure, if you feel like you aren't deserving of pleasure, or if you feel like you don't deserve pleasure or you don't want pleasure, if you feel like you just don't get you don't get like that when time comes to get like that, then that can also be issues related to pleasure, which has to deal with your reproductive system, which has to deal with your sexual stuff too. So when you want to heal that, you can eat orange foods. You can meditate on the color orange. You can meditate on the water element. You can go near a body of water, whether it be a river, whether it be a pond, the ocean, and just meditate and put your attention on that element. You can there's a lot of things you can do to heal it, but that's pretty much, there's a lot all about the chakras, but it also, another important thing about the chakras as well is the fact that it's a combination of your emotional and your subtle energy and your physical. So automatically, if you're going to have, if something's wrong up in your energetic field, it's automatically going to impact that physical area. So the bodily functioning of that area is going to be your lower intestines, your small intestines, your big intestines, your reproductive system. So if there's emotional trauma related to that chakra and the chakra's characteristics, then it's possible you can have physical ailments or physical issues that come about within that area of that specific chakra. Yeah.
Well, that was good. That was good because, a lot of us, like I said, this is a lot of new information. I'm still like I've known the chakra energies. I'm kind of in and out of things, so sometimes I have to be reminded of certain things, and sometimes we're just in tune. Because honestly, I wasn't even thinking about the chakra energy when I pulled out this orange, but I guess because I was so focused on, I mean, I've been thinking about Yonis all week. I've been thinking about
colors is subconscious. I think your spirit is attracted to that color because that's what you need to heal or focus on. Like wearing a lot of pink, or that's your favorite color now, whatever. Maybe you want to attract love in your life subconsciously, or if you're wearing a lot of, I don't know, yellow. I guess you need to focus on your willpower.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah, I agree on that too. That's like the patterns. Yeah. So if you that's the pattern. So if you feel connected to it, it's probably your own intuition trying to tell you something.
Right. So that's why you chose the orange, probably.
Mm-hmm. And that's interesting. I remember when I was in my 20s, you know, and I did have some, you know, major trauma at that time. And I remember I would always wear, like, I had like all these tangerine outfits and little, you know, and orange coats. I think you've seen some of the pictures. You know, I had like all this fly coat, but it was like orange, 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 orange. And I would put like gold dust on me, and I was just looking all cute. But I didn't realize I was calling for that energy that I needed from that color to deal with the trauma that I was going through in that region. So sitting here listening to you ladies, you know, break down all this information, it's helping me remember certain things, because people used to call me, you know, Goldie and Orangey, you know, because I always wore those colors. So we have to be, you know, really in sync when people say, "Oh, my favorite color is this," "Oh, I changed it. My favorite color." It's for a reason, and a lot of us really are not aware of it. And I know I wasn't, and you all just kind of hit me like, "Oh, I need to make sure I be more mindful when I notice that I'm gravitating towards a certain color, so that I can then see what that property is, so that I know how to work with myself and focus on that region." So because I'm attracted to orange, I need to focus on my sacral region. And maybe that's why I really wanted to do this show today, because I'm like, we need to be more in tune to these things. And just sitting here talking to you ladies, you made me, it clicked. It clicked for me. So I appreciate you all. Thank you. Thank you so much. So we kind of hit all over a lot. This is the resource area because I have shown you all, these women are so informative. They all have wellness businesses. They all are in the wellness area. So I don't have to come with any resources. They are the resources. So I would like you all to kind of go through one by one and share, you know, what you know right now, what you can help with in regards to your services, whether it's your channel or you have a business, or you know, whatever it is, so that then people can be redirected to you, because now I want people to come to you directly for whatever they're interested in. Sister Tamara, because you haven't been here that long, I want to go ahead and let you kind of go for it, sis. Resources, any herbs or benefits you want to share, products and services.
Well, my website, it's astralhealingarts.com. They can use some of the services and products that I have there. I can assist people with nutritional counseling. I also do energetic healing, and I do energetic healing and chakra healing as well. And yoga, and all of those things can help benefit our women's health and your womb health in general, and your womb wellness.
Okay, I'm going to let Sister Shamora go. I was on mute. I forgot. So I want Sister Shamora.
Yes. So
did
I would
you
like
hear
to say,
what I was saying?
I didn't hear what you were saying, but I think you want me to introduce say my resources, right?
Yeah, just the because
Okay.
we went over so much good information. So the resources, any herbs and benefits you want to recommend, and the products or service, and how people can reach you for your services, because you all have shown how knowledgeable you are, and you all are trusted people. I've worked with all you all. So I want to make sure that people are aware of it and can come to you, and you share your information, please. I'm gonna mute
Absolutely.
myself.
So again, I'm Shamora Sheikh, And you can reach me at passageinstitute.com. It's PASSAGE. I believe it's at the bottom running along. So passageinstitute.com. Instagram, I'm Shamora Sheikh. On Facebook, you can find me as Shamora Sheikh or Rites of Passage Institute business page. I want to say that I've been doing virtual Yoni steams on Zoom. So you can I have the next virtual Yoni steam coming up January 24th. That's a Sunday at 6 p.m. But you have to register by the 1st of January, because I have to send your package out in the mail. So the way it works is you get your package in, you select which package. There's 5 different options. And by the way, say you're curious about Yoni steaming and you don't really want to steam, but you want to be part of it. There's a package for that too. So don't feel like because you're part of the Yoni steam party that you necessarily have to steam. You may just want to learn and, be with other women who are in that virtually. So, you will get your package in the mail. You select your package, you get it in the mail. And then on that date, January 24th, we will all I do a belly dance intro, a little Yoni yoga and belly dance. And then we get straight into me. You go in and behind the scenes with me in the kitchen, how you put your herbs together, everything we do. It's an in-depth and just a fun experience to connect with people, especially in these times of social distancing. So I would love for y'all to take advantage of the virtual Yoni steams on January 24th. They're ongoing, so we could still have that experience. And also the moon swag bags, which are every moon cycle. So you already have everything for your ceremony and everything. That'd be great for you guys as well. So both available on passageinstitute.com.
Amazing. I'm gonna put you on mute, sis. And Sister Sister Bloom, please share resources, yes. Any herbs or benefits you want to recommend, and products and services.
Okay. I'll just start off with services. I do intuitive card readings. So if anyone's interested in doing intuitive card readings, you can follow my YouTube channel at Blooming Space Woman. And I do monthly readings every time over there. And then if you want a reading and you want to see my rates, you can go ahead and email me at bloomingwoman@gmail.com. I also, like I said, I just got Reiki's Master. And even though I am master on paper, you still got to get that experience. So I'm a master on paper, but it takes years to really
Look, you see that book? It's my Reiki book.
Oh, really? That's awesome. Yeah. But so if anyone wants attunements, if anybody wants some Reiki and distant Reiki healing, you can contact me again through my email, bloomingwoman@gmail.com. Let's see what else.
We're going to be talking, Sister Bloom. Mm-hmm.
Yes, absolutely. And
I'm gonna tell you, I've been working with my Reiki energy I'm not gonna even say, I'm embarrassed, but I think it was just the timing. So I want to work on attunement and what have you. So definitely. Yeah.
Are you a Reiki too? Reiki healer?
No. I have to go through the whole process.
Oh, okay.
I started it and I wasn't focused. I wasn't ready. So I want to talk to you about it. Yeah, definitely.
Yeah, we can talk about that. Absolutely. And other than that, that's pretty much it. The Yoni stuff, I just started doing it. So I'm still learning, and I would love to attend the January 24th, the virtual Yoni steam, because I want to learn a lot. So yay.
You will not be, let me unmute everyone because I muted. You won't be disappointed. I think I'm going to end up spending some more money with Sister Shamora. I'm tired of y'all taking my money, but I think I'm gonna have to attend because I really want to see what that experience. Because I wanted to do my Yoni steam this year, and like I told you, I'm real funny about it. Mm-hmm. I'm real funny about it. I'm real personal, so I didn't do anything this year. So we maybe do, and that's also nice. It's people don't even realize this. You can do a Yoni steam communal. What's the word? Communally, communal. Mm-hmm. And it's such a good experience when you have your sisters there. You all are steaming together, and you're conversing and you're sharing. People who you're comfortable with, of course. You're gonna enjoy it. You're gonna enjoy it, definitely. So yeah, I'm gonna have to get that information to Sister Shamora.
Oh, and I'm gonna add one more thing. Sorry, what's that?
Are you on Instagram or
Insta?
Yeah. What were you gonna say?
I want to know your Instagram. And did you say you had a YouTube channel too?
Yeah, I have a YouTube channel, Blooming Woman. It's the same.
It's on the bottom of the screen.
What's your email? What is your email?
It's bloomingwoman@gmail.com. And my Instagram is Blooming Woman, and that's the business one. And then my personal one is Bloomingdale Mac, MACK. But I also wanted to add that I also help with people who are going through like their spiritual awakening, or they're seeing a lot of synchronicities and they need help understanding animal totems and angel numbers, like how you're talking about the color orange. Some people don't even understand that if you even see orange insects, or if you see like orange butterflies, that also directly relates to, it has a meaning, and it actually has to deal with creativity as well. It could be telling you to be more creative when you see that. Or if you just see orange auras at the side of your eyes, you could be about to experience something in your life where you're about to go through a creative point of your life where you're going to step into something creative, whether that's writing a book or getting into some type of art or something. So all those colors and all those synchronicities, I also try and help people with that too.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, because all three of you all have great YouTube channels. All very different. And I'm going to end up using your services as well, Sister Bloom. And I'm glad that you all are connecting, because you all are definitely it's just three powerful women. I'm so grateful. Allah has blessed. I pray that Allah bless my panel with some great people, trustworthy people that has good information to help the community. So thank you, ladies, for joining. Sister Ajwa, do you have any questions you want to say to the ladies, or anything in regards to what we discussed tonight? Because I know you've been taking notes.
Absolutely. I've been taking notes. This has been very liberating for me. I mean, I'm here up in Connecticut. My kingman from Trinidad taught me the word poom poom. I never used that growing up. I mean, real conservative environment in terms of so conservative that we would say privates. I mean, it was that private. It was like we just had privates. We didn't even have to discuss it, anything, clean your privates or whatever. But you all are very liberating. I want to get with you. You might have to hold my hand, Mama Empress Kadis, to take me on one of these journeys. I don't even know how to access this around here, and I really wouldn't be comfortable with any and every environment. Like, working with our cousins, I wouldn't necessarily, want to kick it like that with them. But that's what I'm surrounded by here in the particular neck of the woods. But I do have daughters, and I want to do it better than my mom did it. So this is an awesome opportunity to learn, so that I can teach. I have 5 older sisters. I've never had a conversation like this. I have 4 daughters. I've never had a conversation like this, and it's a much needed conversation. So thank you all. I will definitely follow up and check out what you have to offer, because I want to be healthy. And I want to teach and share, self-care stuff with my daughters and nieces and things like that.
Yeah, and a lot of us in our community just are not comfortable having these type of conversations. So, and seeing women of all different faiths, all different ages coming together and just having open dialogue, and it's not uncomfortable. Husbands having open dialogue and it's not being comfortable. It's a great thing to see, because that will help more of us have these conversations with our family, because that is so important. Sister Shamora, you wanted to show
Oh no, you can't see. I realized you can't see my phone because of the light. But I was showing Blooming, Sister Bloom's Instagram is so beautiful.
I troll her Instagram. You know, I hate to say that out loud. I be trolling. I be looking. I don't really hide because I like if I like something because I'll share it on my post and you can see like it may have been months behind.
Like, oh, no, you're not trolling. It's just love. That's all.
Shamora is rightsofpassageinstitute.org, right? I mean,
yeah.
.com.
No, my website is pasagessinstitute.com.
Okay, wait a minute. No, I've been to it, but I wanted to save it.
Oh, okay. Yeah, Passage Institute. So just that's it.
And is that where you go to sign up for the Yoni Steam thing? Yep. On? Okay.
Everything's on there.
Okay.
So I wanted to do one book that I always recommend a book, you know, because books have been my life, have been my savior. Sacred Woman, A Guide to Healing the Feminine Body, Mind, Spirit by Queen Afua. Queen Afua has educated all of us. All right, I can say that without even asking anyone on this panel, because I see the women in front of me. They're very well versed, and Queen Afua, she is our educator.
Yes,
yes, that book is right there. So if you haven't heard of that book, you definitely go get it. That should be at every woman's library. Queen Afua is amazing. What are your experiences with Queen Afua's ladies? Please share.
I've read the book. It's her other in college when I first became vegetarian. I read Heal Thyself for Health and Longevity, and so I highly recommend all of her books, but especially Sacred Woman, definitely. And it's just a general all around health and wellness book for women. I mean, it encompasses every aspect of a female's life.
Yeah, she's been around.
You are in your womb health journey. That book is a must.
Yeah, I first got her book in my 20s. So that lets you know how I first got her book in my 20s.
Which one? Heal Thyself?
Yeah, Heal Thyself.
Yeah, me too, yeah.
And that book was she's a wealth of knowledge. So I believe that is it, ladies. Thank you, Sammy Treasure. She says great info, Blooming Woman. Learning a lot that I didn't know. Yes, came with the knowledge. And Auntie Aya, greetings, Auntie Aya, Auntie Aya. Beautiful conversation, sisters. So you all were getting a lot of love from the family in the chat. And so I think I touched on everything. And so I just want to just also share the next Sisterhood series on everyday wellness is going to be an extension. We're going to leave the Yoni area and hit other areas of wellness. You know, it's a very diverse, but for me, I felt like the Yoni needed its own highlight and just a whole discussion. You see how I thought we were going to only be on here an hour and it extended. So it has a lot of information for the Yoni. So that's the next one. And any last words before you all leave? And I end the show because I just want to make sure we get that information out in regards to about loving your Yoni. I'm going to go with Sister Ajua. Can you share what you have learned about loving your Yoni?
I've learned that my Yoni is something that is special and unique and deserves attention and care unapologetically. And I don't know. I feel it's just a liberating conversation, you know, to be even. Oftentimes we don't take time for self-care. You know, we don't take time to, you know, go to our core. and cleanse and free ourselves of things that hold us down and things like that. And this is a liberating conversation. And the most beautiful thing about this conversation is it's solutions orientated. It's not something that has us holding on, but has us releasing things that we don't need. And it's a good thing. I appreciate it. Thank you.
You're welcome. You're welcome. Sister Tamara, can you share, please?
I can't hear you.
Can you share with us, please, with a little bit of knowledge about Yoni love?
It's a journey with the Yoni love that I too am on, as well as my clients, and because it is an aspect of us that has been oftentimes neglected. And as we heal ourselves and heal our hearts, part of us that needs to heal as well is our Yoni, and that sacred womb space is not just for birthing children. It's a part of us, and it's like you said, the part of the chakra system. And it's a part of our spirit that we need to work on and continue to heal on our journey with womb wellness.
All right, all right. Sister Shamora, can you share a little bit about what we can take away from Yoni love?
Yoni love, and so much to say about that. But I say, like, you want to be successful, you want to manifest. It all starts with the Yoni. We all come from a Yoni. Is where life started for everybody, and So I think there's just so much power in there, and you deserve, and you have ownership and first dibs on that power before anybody else. And so often as women, we give that power away. Doctors go in there, babies come out, men go in, and we never have actually explored it for ourselves. So I say to every woman, take it back, like own it. It's yours, and you deserve it.
Mm-hmm. I love that. Yes, I'm loving what you all are saying. Sister Bloom, please share with us, sis, about what you want to share with us about Yoni love.
Yeah, I agree with everybody too. It's important. It's important for us all to connect with the Yoni as females, as males, so we can learn how to teach our daughters how to treat our women, how to treat females. It's also really helps us learn emotions because when you trap the emotions, they sit there for some reason. They like to sit in that area. And it can be hard, and it's okay to release. It's okay to laugh. It's okay to cry, and it's okay to be comfortable with your body and with that part. So it's really important to have a Yoni love.
Yes, ma'am. Yes, ma'am. All right, ladies. Well, I thank you all so much for just taking your time out, sharing your knowledge, sharing my platform, and just being there for me. I'm sitting here just really full of emotions, so I just want to just thank you so much. And I love you guys. I really do. I really do. So we're going to end this before I start crying.
We love you too.
Yeah.
We appreciate you.
So I hope you all will definitely grace.
Because I haven't seen her in a long time. Can she hear me? Can you hear me, Mama Adjua?
Mama Adjua.
Yes.
Adjua, I ain't seen you in a long time.
No, I haven't, but it's always a pleasure. You always have a glow about you, talking about bright things, important things. So I appreciate you.
Appreciate you.
Yes, thanks for inviting me again, Empress Cadiz.
No, you ladies are always welcome on here. I'm about promoting positive people who are who are a positive service to influence on our community. And I just want to show what I've been blessed with, because I would not, like Sister Shamora has said, all this greatness, you would not be here if it wasn't for my sisterhood, because I couldn't do it by myself. I can't do it by myself. So
Thank you for promoting.
Yeah,
Thank you for promoting my basket. That was kind of you. Earlier this evening, I recorded a Kwanzaa presentation. So I don't know if it's going to be on YouTube or at my website, but I'll be sure to pass that on. My city came to me and said they wanted some type of Kwanzaa video.
Oh, I can't wait for that. This sister does. She's a historian, and we're working on some things for Kwanzaa. So I'm excited about that. And so and Sister tomorrow as well, we're going to be doing some things for Kwanzaa.
Awesome.
What's your YouTube? Sorry.
No, go ahead, Sister Bloom.
What's your YouTube channel?
I haven't decided that yet. I think I'm gonna probably do a website instead. It's due on Monday, and we're gonna finish our final edits. So I'll have to pass that information on to my Empress Cadiz, and she'll pass it on. I know it's I will produce it next Monday. I'll show it for the first time to the public, and so by then I'll have it together. But I just know that final part I don't have together. I've done the recording and I've involved other people. So it's all going to be edited down together and presented on Monday. So I'll have more, I'm stepping up my game in terms of social platform and all. I had my own website and I don't now today, but I may get that going again and get a YouTube. I've never had my own YouTube channel.
I can't wait. Especially when you start doing Harriet.
Yeah, my passion.
She does a you feel like she transports you back in time. That's the best way I can put it. She transports you back in time. It's amazing. It's really amazing, and I'm just so glad that I have experienced it firsthand. So I definitely we want to share that, because a lot of us don't have appreciation for our history here in America, and we have to embrace our history as well here, the good and the bad, And so when we know our past, it cannot be used against us. It only can be used in our favor, So we have to embrace and be educated and knowledgeable on our past. So I love when she does Harriet, because I went to the Harriet, the Underground Railroad, and to the plantation that she was a prisoner on.
Yeah.
And I saw the swamps that she worked in as a baby. So to have someone that can take you back into that area and that realm, and I seen that vibration. The vibration is real. I went into the general store where she got stoned in her head. So this sister, she really takes you back into that realm. So I can't wait till she shares it. Yeah, definitely. But anyway, ladies, I'm not going to keep you all on here. Did you all have any more information you need to exchange? Because I know if you all exchanging it, everyone listening is getting it too. So it looked like we're Shamora may say, I'm getting my food.
Oh, it's 11:11.
Good night, everyone. Good night.
All right, my sister. You all, good night, good night, good night, good night. I appreciate love you all, and I hope to see you all next week. All right. All right, family. I want to thank everyone for watching. I pray that you all are here next week when I do the wellness series, the everyday wellness, before the Kwanzaa series, which is I'm excited about. I think eventually I'll probably just keep the everyday wellness on my Thai by Kadis YouTube channel, because I also have a wellness channel. But because I met so many amazing people on my Global Green Book channel, I wanted to share the type of information that we'll be sharing over there. So for the next couple of shows, I will be doing the everyday wellness on this platform, but after today, probably the big January, we're going to move it strictly onto Thai by Kadis. So please go over there and subscribe to that channel, and put the notification bell. I don't do a lot of posting on that channel because it is for wellness, and so I'm very specific when I do wellness programs. I usually try to keep those to once to twice a month. So you definitely will want the notification bell on for it. So when we do topics like this, because I'm more focused on holistic, natural herbs, getting back into traditional ways, which are very important, because when we were traditionalists, even here in America, we were traditionalists. We dealt with a lot of those things that we were taught on the continent, the motherland, were brought over here to America, and we practiced it. The two Bobs were afraid of it because we were so versed in our herbs. We knew how to paralyze people. We knew how to we knew how to use herbs to either heal or hurt. And so they created this this stigma as it was a bad thing or an evil thing, because they did not understand it. Let me put it in, well, if you go to the home page, I see Sammy asking what's the name of the channel. The name of the channel is Thai by Kadis, and if you go to my home page, you'll see like the other channel, and you can just kind of go through the home page of my channel to get to that one. I had the channel for a long time. And so now I've always shared wellness, but I'm going to do more platforms such as this, because I have such a wealth of women and men that have access to, that I've been blessed over the year, that I want to start bringing them over onto that platform and share different things. So we're going to explore so many different things, as well as just basic herbs and things like that a lot of us need to get back to and understanding, because this is a tradition that definitely needs to stay in our community, and we need to continue to practice it, especially with everything that's going on. Just like for right now, like one of the things that I'm drinking is mullein, Mullein, which is good for your lungs. So we need to know different herbs and things that we're going to be using. We need to know how to take care of our body without Western medicine, and know how to deal with the toxic things that they will try to incorporate in us, so that we can remove toxins and build our immunity. So I hope that I share it. So good. I'm glad you see. And Sammy Treasure, for those who are joining, she has an amazing channel as well. I love her channel. It's a lot of great and fun and interesting debates on her channel. So please go check out Sammy's Treasure's channel as well. So that's it, family. I appreciate, love you all. Thank you so much. So next Monday at 8 p.m. is going to be our next one, and we're going to expand on wellness and get away from the Yoni, but it's still going to be different areas. And I look forward to you all being on there. And that was a lot for me. Blind guy, his wife, their life. Hey, family. We've been telling family and friends about Mullein. Mullein is, when this situation first happened, I was taking orders from my elders, and I wish I had all the teas in front of me, but I am, hold on, I'm gonna go grab them real quick so I can tell you what teas I'm taking for my lung mist, because right now, back in December of last year, before this whole thing kicked off, I was having shortness of breath where I was going, I couldn't walk up and down stairs, and I was going back and forth to the doctor trying to figure it out. This was before I even knew what was going on. So I went to the herbal store and got yes, this is the channel. That's it. Thank you, Sammy. I went to the herbal store and I bought all these teas and I started drinking them. Plus, as well as like drinking my lime and vitamin C's and all that. But I was doing mullein. I cannot think of all the herbs. I have like 4 or 5 different lung mix teas. So what I'll do is I'll put them in the description box so you can come back and check it. So I'll put all the lung mix teas that I've been taking during this, since I brought it up. This is supposed to be about Yoni, but herbs are important. So those are the type of things we're going to be discussing on the next one. You all have a good night. I enjoyed this. Thank you all for watching. And thank you, family. I appreciate love you. And thank you, Sammy. I appreciate love you too. Good night.